Hey Fact users, we're back again with some gems. From the first supersonic airliner taking to the skies, to the invention that put the world at our fingertips. This week is packed with groundbreaking moments that change the way we travel, communicate, and even the way we play. So sit back, relax, and let's rewind time together. In 1969, the world got a glimpse of the future. Sleek, powerful, and incredibly fast. The Concorde took off for its very first test flight in Toulouse, France, marking the beginning of an era in supersonic air travel. This wasn't just any plane, it was a technological masterpiece. While a regular commercial flight from New York to London took around 7 to 8 hours, Concorde could do that trip in just 3.5. That's cutting travel time in half. For nearly 3 decades, Concorde was the pinnacle of luxury air travel, carrying celebrities, world leaders, and those who could afford its sky-high ticket prices. But for all of its speed and style, the aircraft had its downsides: operating costs, deafening sonic booms, and a tragic accident in 2000 that shook public confidence. By 2003, the dream of commercial supersonic travel came to an end. A plane that flew faster than time itself, grounded by reality. In 1875, Montreal, Canada made sports history. A group of players laced up their skates, grabbed wooden sticks, and hit the ice. But this time it wasn't on a frozen pond, it was inside the Victoria skating rink. This was the first ever organized indoor ice hockey game, bringing a new level of structure to the sport. Until then, hockey was mostly an outdoor free-for-all, but this game introduced set teams and formal rules. Players also used a flat wooden puck instead of a frozen ball to keep it from flying into the crowd. A problem that, let's be honest, modern hockey still hasn't completely solved. From that historic game, hockey quickly gained popularity, evolving into a fast-paced, hard-hitting sport we know today. And considering how passionate Canadian hockey fans are, it's safe to say Montreal's little indoor experiment paid off. What do you get when you combine gaming and cutting-edge technology? The PlayStation 2, of course. Released in Japan on March 4th, 2000, it was a console that didn't just change the way we play, it completely transformed the gaming landscape. The PS2 was a leap ahead of its time, with a built-in DVD player, which meant you could not only play games, but watch movies too. This was especially big in an era before streaming and Blu-rays. So the PS2 was a one-stop shop for entertainment. But it didn't stop there. It boasted impressive graphics for its time, a vast library of games, and backward compatibility with PlayStation 1 games. All these features made it a must-have for gamers and collectors alike. In fact, the PS2 would go on to become one of the best-selling consoles of all time, with over 155 million units sold. What if you wanted to do more than just play games? Enter the ZX81. Just a day after the PS2 launched in Japan, but 19 years earlier, Sinclair Research unveiled the ZX81, a home computer that changed personal computing forever. Before this, computers were large, expensive, and mostly used by businesses or universities. The ZX81, however, was small, affordable, and designed for everyday household. It made computing accessible to the masses and sold over 1 million units worldwide. While its black and white display may seem laughable today, back then it was a technological marvel. For many people, the ZX81 was their first introduction to home computing. And who knows, some of today's biggest tech geniuses might have started their journey with one of these machines. March 6th marks the birthday of one of the most iconic artists of all time, Michelangelo. Born in 1475, this Italian Renaissance genius was responsible for some of the world's greatest masterpieces, including the Sistine Chapel ceiling and the Statue of David. His work not only defined the Renaissance, but also reshaped how we view art itself. While today we can appreciate Michelangelo's brilliance through the lens of history, back then he was pushing boundaries and challenging what was possible with marble, frescoes, and human anatomy. Even centuries later, his art continues to inspire millions of people across the world. A true master whose legacy has stood the test of time. On March 7, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell received the patent for one of the most revolutionary inventions of all time, the telephone. It was a breakthrough in the world of communication, turning what had once been distant and slow exchanges into direct conversation between people, no matter the distance. Of course, the telephones back then wasn't anything like the sleek mobile devices we carry around today. The first telephones were large, stationary, and required a direct wired connection to work. There were no touchscreens or texting, and you couldn't make calls on the go. The sound quality was also far from what we're used to now. And instead of dialing numbers directly, you had to go through an operator. Nevertheless, the impact it had on communication was profound. Bell's invention set the foundation for a revolution in how we connect with one another, eventually leading to the global network of phones, mobile devices, and the internet that define our communication today. Now, depending on your age, you might not even know what a compact disc is. For those of you who have never seen one before, imagine a shiny, circular disc that holds music. Yes, music, not data or movies like today's digital format. On March 8, 1979, Philips publicly demonstrated the compact disc for the first time, and it completely transformed how we listened to and enjoyed music. Before CDs, music was mainly stored on vinyl records and cassette tapes. These formats had their drawbacks, though. Vinyl could warp or scratch, and cassette tapes could wear out or get tangled. The compact disc, on the other hand, offered a digital format that was more durable and capable of storing music in much better quality. It also revolutionized the way music was sold. Instead of flipping through rolls of vinyl records or cassettes, people could simply pop a CD into a player and enjoy crystal clear sound with the push of a button. The CD quickly became the dominant format, completely changing the music industry and paving the way for digital formats that continue to shape how we listen to music today. And that's a wrap for today's facts. From supersonic flights to groundbreaking inventions, this week has been packed with history. But before you go, there's a little tease for next time. Let's just say you might want to have a snack ready. Something about meatballs. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more fascinating facts coming your way.